of federal judges is deciding if California's new congressional district maps go against the U.S. Constitution. Voters overwhelmingly approved those maps last month with Prop 50.
KCRA3's political director Ashley Zavala joining us now with an update on the legal battle.
Yeah, both sides at this point are playing the waiting game. A panel of federal judges in Los Angeles originally said they planned to have a decision a week ago, but still nothing yet. They're expected to make their decision after holding a 3-day hearing earlier this month to consider both sides of this issue. The California Republican Party sued Governor Gavin Newsom and Secretary of State Shirley Weber over these maps after voters passed Proposition 50. Those maps were drawn to favor Democrats in future U.S. House elections. Republicans claim Democrats here violated the Constitution by drawing the maps to favor Latino voters over other races. Democrats, though, have said this map was meant to counter Texas, where Republicans in that state redrew their House districts to favor Republicans in upcoming elections. The United States Supreme Court actually ended up upholding Texas's maps. I checked in with McGeorge School of Law professor Chris McHaley about the decision that's taking longer than expected.
I'm surprised that it's been 10 days since they announced they weren't going to make their prior Friday deadline. However, I presume that they're writing a detailed analysis, knowing that whichever side of the litigation is on the losing end is going to appeal to higher federal courts.
Is it possible at all that the lower court here in the Central District of California is considering what the U.S. Supreme Court decided when it came to those Texas maps?
Well, I would presume that that is the central focus of their decision at this stage, because the high court spoke very clearly, and they even referenced the California action, that is our voter approval of Prop 50.
I also checked in with Governor Gavin Newsom's office and the California Republican Party today. Neither had anything new to share, as again, they both wait for those judges to decide.
I think the big question is, are they still expecting this to go to the Supreme Court?
Right, absolutely. And you heard Chris mention that essentially what's taking so much time is that they want the judges are trying to give insight into what they're thinking in the event of an appeal. Some of my sources in the Republican Party are expecting this lower court to actually uphold California's maps and say that they are legal. Whatever the outcome, they want it quickly so that candidates know in which races to run or whether they should run at all for Congress. But again, just bringing it all full circle, the Supreme Court will likely have the final say.
And the deadline, the big date,
yes,
is what?
Is in March.
Okay.
California's filing deadline is in March. But again, the Republican Party at least has said, I mean, February is the absolute last second that they could possibly wait. But again, I mean, it's not up to them. It's up to the courts.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.